continue to stand with the people.
The champ is here.
I will not lose.
I'm a bad man. I shook up the world.
Yes, welcome. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with we. My name is EJ, and I got my man.
MH.
Yes, he is the DB of the show, and we are Black in Sports, giving a voice to the culture that won't shut up and dribble. Here, interviewing the best professionals in the game and in the boardroom. We're here in season 5, man, so we're covering it all, laughing it all, while providing a platform to be heard. And without further ado, we got to jump right into it. Someone's opening the season we're excited about. So she's the ultimate host, from hosting sports, fashion, community events, and activism events. She's an author, a speaker, and a cancer survivor. Coming straight out of Compton, all right? This pageant queen, all right, resides now here in the fabulous Las Vegas, so we're lucky and happy to have her. And she always says there's more to know about JayBee. So let's please clap it up for our guest, Jennifer JayBee Beasley. Let's go.
Intro.
a little nerve-wracking when we got the hostess with the mostest in there. But how we like to start the show is we always ask our guests, man, just a kind of icebreaker question is a shoot your shot moment. So if you could, man, it's any time in life, right? And I mean, with all we're talking about tonight, you definitely have some shoot your shot moments, but just pick a quick story of one where, it could have been something you prevailed or something you learned a lesson, but go ahead and give us that shoot your shot moment.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. That great intro. I watched the show, so I was ready for this question. My shoot your shot moment, of course, has got to be the time that I shot my shot with the mayor of Compton, the youngest mayor there ever was there, Asia Brown. While I was going through some things sickness-wise, she came to my home and just poured a lot of love in me and things like that. I was not very active in the community at all. And I don't know, she came there and I was just like, look, whenever I'm better, when I'm back and I'm better, I really want to meet with you. And I want to start a performing arts platform in the city. And I know you can help me do it. I know you're going to love it. Just let me do it. And she was like, when you're ready, I definitely will, have a sit down talk with you. A couple months later, we did it. We talked, we did the things, and Compton Open Mic was started because of her, because I shot my shot that day. I was feeling the worst, but I still came out the best. So thank you.
Love it.
I love it. Compton's Oprah.
I love to hear that.
So
Never
get old. Love for sports.
No.
Where'd your love for sports start?
My love for sports started, I gotta say, in 1997 when I saw my first WNBA basketball game.
Okay.
My grandmother, who was like my ride or die, my everything, my best buddy, along with my twin sister, we went to so many basketball games with her. I mean, I was like the first time I rode the Metrolink train in LA to go to Staples Center. It was the first time I saw what happens on those trains. And a lot of the culture of the city I really got to see from going from my home to Staples Center and falling in love with basketball and just the crowd and everybody rooting for the same team. I loved it from 1997 for sure.
So did you have a favorite player on the Sparks? Is it always Lisa Leslie because of the crib?
Well, yeah. So we had my sister and I, like I said, I have a twin and we just loved it together. She played, I watched, and or I managed the team or something. But yes, Lisa Leslie was definitely the ultimate. But I loved Tamika Dixon and she loved Nikki Teasley. Yeah. So we were some ride or die for real.
So that was the pioneer years, and obviously the W has grown to what it is today, and it's starting up here pretty soon. Just from your vantage point as a fan of the game and of the sport, where do you think we're headed? Where do you think we are right now? What's kind of your thoughts on it?
Wow, I just feel so lucky to even be able to answer this question because I think about it all the time. Like, this is crazy. From the Angel Reese's to the Caitlin Clarks, whatever side, if there was one to be on, I'm on the side of the W. And I think that it is just phenomenal to see so many people get engaged and really talk about the athleticism, the discipline that comes with being an athlete. And I mean, these women are killing it. I love to see it from a fan's perspective. I'm a season ticket holder with the Aces, so I'm definitely trying to see a three-peat in my time because I've seen one in LA. Yeah, I think it's phenomenal. I can't wait to see what else it does as far as like, I don't know, Reebok and Nike and shoe deals and all the, all those things, all the deal, everything. I think it's awesome. I love it.
Plane flights is coming on the way.
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
come on, charter me. Okay, come on and
Not
charter
time.
me.
Yeah.
Trying to be safe out here.
For sure. So, we said in the intro, you repping it on your shirt. So it's something. Born and raised in Compton. So
Yeah.
what is that badge like? Because growing up, it's gotten one side of it, but it's just made a whole kind of not re-imaging. It's always was the city, but like, what does it mean for you to say, from Compton?
It's a badge, yes, and I take it as a badge of absolute honor. I mean, some of the greatest of the greats are from the city, other than our notables, Kevin Costner was born in Compton. George W. Bush used to live in Compton. We had the hugest agricultural output in all of California for such a long time, and I just feel like because I know the history, I'm so proud of where I come from because I know where I came from,
And that's a fact.
Yeah.
I looked into some of the high schools that people came out. I was like, oh. Yeah. I mean, even the dude I played college with, he's a Steeler player. So it's like, oh, y'all was, and I kind of remember him saying it in passing, not getting too deep into it. But yeah, you guys got a lot of people coming out of the city from decades ago till current, right?
Till today, right now, 5 minutes ago. Yes, like so much greatness. And that's why I really wanted to like take on that badge, right? And like let people know straight out the gate, I'm from the city. But also because I know how many great people are there and how much other stuff that is happening there that should be showcased to the world. So I'm gonna try.
Absolutely. So, Nipsey, what does he mean to the city, man? Like, are you a Nipsey fan? Or are you just
if
like,
I could turn my phone around right now, you would see that Nipsey Hussle is the sticker on the back of my cell phone. I look at him every morning. I have Tupac hanging from the rearview mirror in my car. Rappers and music for sure is number one, like something that saves people. People say all the time, music saved my life. That's number one. Number two is that other than the beat and where they come from, and that they're from your hood or whatever, it's the lyricism. And Nipsey, Tupac, they both talked about something that it was more than just the ladies and the chains and the whatever. It was more than what you had. It was more like, what can you bring to the world? What else can we give now that we are an inspiration? Because Nipsey said the highest form of anything is to inspire. And I live by that. And having him on the back of my phone and just thinking about his thought process and where he came from and where he is now, unfortunately, it just makes me want to go harder and always remember that, I'm here to inspire. I remember my why, and that's it.
That's awesome. And he did a lot, right? Like he was changing and like helping the narrative change, right? Like we were kind of talking about things pre-show is everybody has a past, right? And it's what do you do to kind of like affect that? Not only was he changing his past, he was changing the neighborhood's past and saying like, this is not the only lane to play ball, do music, being in the streets, which can mean so many different things. He was definitely evolving, man. I know he was doing deals in the technology space with a good friend of mine, Ryan Leslie, when they were talking about the super phone and all of that stuff. But my question, me and one of our guests on the live had this conversation. Is the marathon still going?
The marathon continues. What do you mean? The marathon continues. Every time I look at my phone, like I said, or I get up and I'm like, I don't want to do this. And I think of, that's how I knew that I was different. Or, motivation, hard work plus patience, the sum of all of my sacrifice. I'm literally done waiting. Like I will recite those lyrics because it's just like, I have to keep going. If he was here, he would still be going, but somebody stopped him, and I will not be stopped. Cancer couldn't stop me, and I'm not about to let nobody else. So yes, Absolutely. The marathon continues.
And speaking of the sport, and without getting into some of the allegations or things that were thrown around between these two parties, what's going on currently, What is that situation between young man and K Dot? Where are you at on all that?
Well, the obvious answer is that, that's so funny.
Hey.
The obvious answer is the Mount Rushmore of my home.
I see.
K. Dot, a Pulitzer Prize winner. Okay, number one. Somewhat key to the city haver, Grammy winning man, right? Against this, and versus, I guess, this Canadian that started out acting. It's a lot of light-skinned behavior happening, and I don't know.
Hey. We will not
Okay,
tolerate
that's my
this.
one joke for the show, and I'm done. But
All right.
obvious
I
answer,
get them all the time from the mates. So you saying Drake won? We got you.
Oh, see, now I got to come back with something. No, obvious answer: K. Dot all day long, as long as the night is long. Not like us. He meant that, and I'm right with him. Definitely, nobody is like us.
Yeah, I think it's good for the sport too. You know,
Yes.
whoever your opinions on who won or not. You know, this is a moment in history for the sport. We haven't got into some of the greats in the game right now in competition like that in a while. So
right. It's
cool.
fun to see. At the end of the day, Kendrick is an artist. He's a rapper. That's what he came out doing. That's what he loves. People say, oh, he's too smart to do that. He doesn't need to go against this guy. He knows he's the best, blah, blah, blah. But he is a rapper. It does not matter. If you love that sport, you're going to do it. What? Kobe would have been like, I don't care how good you are. I'm playing you,
Right.
I don't care how good you think you are. I'm going to keep coming for your neck because, hello, this is the culture. This is what has been done for eons. Jay-Z and Nas, Tupac and Biggie. Like, now we got K. Dot and Drake, and I'm for it. I love it. I think it's awesome.
Love it. All right, so since we're in the musical vein, someone said, our little birdie, or maybe it was in a book I read, I don't know, told me that you could sing, not sing.
Oh my God.
That you could. I think, MH, those are the words you use, right?
I did. That type of singing where you just when everybody get quiet. When somebody's singing, you like, who hit that note? Who? Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So okay, that's why I'll be quiet again and just go ahead and sit back.
Just sit back, just
there were some times that it was too quiet, man. I had to start humming or something. Like, Jesus,
you was humming.
I'm humming like one of the greats, not just singing like this new stuff. Like, we talking Whitney level singing, right? Like, come on.
I have been known to do a tune or two. Okay.
All right. Well, if you feel like as we kind of go through this, if the spirit hits you, then we know, as I said, if the spirit hits you and guides you, just go ahead and bust a note or two for us. But other than that, we ain't gonna put you on two pause. So we'll move it on.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
No, absolutely. Going along the last part, I'm gonna jump off it because I know I'm going too deep. You attempted to go into The Voice a couple of times with your singing prowess. Is that a dream that you're done with, or is there anything that maybe kind of, because you got a lot going on, so no pressure. You got a lot going on, but would you ever consider doing that again? And just a side note, that's a guilty pleasure. I love that show, The Voice, so I'm rooting to see you on it, so I can be like, I know her.
Oh man, I really don't like the television famous aspect of it all. I really just like singing. I just like music. I like how it makes me feel. I like how it makes other people feel. That the chills you get from just like the best singers, and I just always try to like emulate that when I was younger. So yeah, singing has always been a part of my life. That was like the first thing I wanted to do. I wanted to be Ariel from The Little Mermaid because that girl got pipes. And I was like, I want to sing like her. And she can sing underwater too. Yeah. That's literally what I was thinking when I was little. And yeah, I tried out for The Voice, American Idol. Shout out to my mama for that because that was something else. America's Got Talent. Literally every singing show there is, I probably auditioned for it. Is it something that I still want to do? In the dreams of my dreams, yes, absolutely. I see myself on, Beyonce Coachella stages. If you must, I'm a performer. I'm a entertainer at heart for sure. But to take it seriously now and today and what's going on and just where I am in my life and what I feel like I could be better used for, nah. I'll just keep being nervous to sing on podcasts and, having people ask me to sing at like their parties and stuff or weddings. I get asked that a lot too, but nah, I think.
Well, I mean, since you put it out there, I mean, we got some birthdays coming up, so I'm glad you mentioned it. We can talk offline and get that all scheduled. We can get that on the book.
I love it. Let me know how I can help.
And in the comment section, if you want requests, we'll just put requests all in the comments of the show. We will make sure those get out to Beasley for real.
Oh man, have you guys heard the viral the birthday song that they play everywhere now by Tough Crowd? I want to say happy birthday to you.
See what I'm saying?
That's my people. Shout out to Tough Crowd, Isaiah and Eric and Hollis. Yeah.
And make sure you low key just threw that out there, though, right?
I did. That's why I said I'm just gonna tuck mine in and sit back. See.
Y'all not ready? I went to karaoke yesterday and sang for 4 hours. I'm dedicated.
I'm sure you
to
did.
Sport.
I'm sure you did.
I do, and I go by myself. I'll go alone because I just don't want other people there.
You made a lot of money for a whole lot of people there. I'm sure that night. So I'm sure you did. My new thing right now is like names and origins and those type of things. Your name. So JayBee. Is there a story behind JayBee, or how is that? Just give me some background on that. I
got you. So I would probably say like 18 years ago, 20 years ago, I knew that I was going to do something important. I knew entertainment-wise, singing something. I knew I was going to do that, and I was like, what do I want to be known as? Who do I want to be known as? I did a lot of research on just being a Black woman and Black people and all that good stuff. And just, we never really got to name ourselves. We kind of were brought into this. So I was like, well, if my name could be something, I mean, I loved Eminem. I love Pink. I love Beyonce. Those are not, well, with reference to Beyonce, those are not their real names. So I was like, I need a stage name. JayBee came from my initials, but also just a lot of things that I would say and people that I would meet, like all the coolest ones were like with initials, JayBee, EJ, MH, look at that. But a lot of JayBees, were like just doing really cool things to me. And I was like, wow, I'm a JayBee. Like it's one of the most popular initials like in the world. And I just did that. And then I don't just do the J and a B. I spell it out JayBee because I felt like it looks more feminine. And I could choose it. You could spell something any way you want. Somebody's name is ABCD and they say her name is Absidy. So I can spell my name the way I would like. So JayBee because it's a little more feminine. And it goes really well with my taglines. I say, what's going down, y'all? It's your girl JayBee. More to me than what you see, more to you than what you do. And when people are like, oh, is your name JC, JD? And I say, no, it's JayBee, like, just believe. And they just believe. I like that. And so, and then hopefully they remember that too. If they see me, they're like, oh, just believe. If someone hears that, like, it'll reverberate of like, just believe in yourself. That's like my mantra in life. And what I tell people and what I talk about is just being yourself and, just believe in yourself. It's so hard for me to do that a lot of the times, but the times that I do, I've been able to get like where I am. So believe in yourself.
Now is there a difference, and I will get into this more in the game of your career, but is there a difference between, Jennifer at home versus JayBee, or is it all one and the same?
You guys have some amazing questions. Wow. Yes, there are differences. It's very much Beyonce, Sasha Fierce. And it's not like a whole, personality change. It's just Jennifer is very reserved, conservative, a little more quiet. Won't tell you too much of her business. I'm not sitting with y'all at lunch. I'm definitely going to go eat in my car. a little bit more afraid. She has a little bit more fear. JayBee is absolutely fearless. JayBee don't care about what you're talking about because I know I'm here and I'm here for a reason. JayBee commands a room when she wants to, and she doesn't have to when she doesn't want to. Jennifer doesn't have that choice. I think JayBee chooses what she wants to do and who she wants to be when she shows up. And I love JayBee. I love them both, because they're obviously one and the same. But Jennifer could learn a little bit from JayBee for sure. For sure.
Okay. All right. So want to jump into the career. Definitely, like I said, you do a lot, but want to really focus on the hosting. All right. So
Me too.
which is going to kind of come full circle at the end. So when did you know like that's what you want to do, right? Like, and it seems like it's early on. If most people, not most, but like people that are reaching or shooting for stardom kind of think that way, right? So going to say, what do I want to be called, right? Like that's one of the first of many steps that most people don't, think about.
Mm-hmm.
When did you know that like you wanted to MC, and like how did you know you wanted to go full force?
When did I know? I knew when, number one, I'm a twin once again, and I always felt like I had to host for us both and speak for us both because there was two. She didn't really like to converse with people, and I was always like, "Hi, we're Jennifer and Jasmine," all excited. So I think it was like always in me. When did I first realize it? When I ran for the Miss Compton pageant in 2015. That's when I knew. I was like, I'm running in this pageant because there's something in me that's like, I want to feel beautiful, be beautiful. I don't know what that feels like anymore. I was 2 years out of chemo and not even 2 years. I was 2 years from knowing I had cancer and 6 months out of chemo when I ran for Miss Compton. And it was just such a great experience. And I got to meet so many people and learn more about the culture in my city. I was just like, I want to tell other people about this in a way that has never been done. And I felt like I could do that best on a stage. I had to do, I won every title except the actual title of Miss Compton, but I did like.
Hey, you placed. Hey,
I did. I was second runner up, and I did win geniality and talent and all the other things. But being on the stage is what made me feel happiest. It wasn't like the titles. It wasn't any of that. I would have loved to like introduce the girls that I met because I learned so much about these other women that I never knew before. I don't know. I just know I was a storyteller. I love telling stories, but about other people, not just myself. So I would say Miss Compton pageant was when I was like, yeah, I want to be a host. I could do this.
Nice. And then when you got to Vegas, is that when it just kind of like turned into like the whole kind of professional thing? Like what? Tell us about that journey. How we got so lucky to have you here in the city?
Man, I knew that I wanted to be an in-arena host. After I started still like going to just different sporting events, more than a Sparks game, because like every sport has an in-arena host, but most people don't even know that person exists. Most people don't even know like that's a job. Somebody does that. You don't know unless you're there. Nobody records the host. You know what I mean? Nobody. They're not on the highlights. It's not a part of the game. I probably could shoot the basketball, but I would be very bad at it. So nobody's looking for me. But the people in that show, when they're there watching their favorite team or their favorite LeBron or whatever come on that court or, pass that football, whatever, I'm now a part of that team. Those people are there to see me, Otis, okay? And the team, of course, but like now I'm a part of this show, right? Everything is production and a show. I'm now a part of that, and now I'm a part of this team, and these people are rooting for me, and we're rooting for them. We're all here together to root for this, either that team or that team, So when I came to Vegas, that's what I came here to do. I wanted to take hosting to a whole nother level. I had done it in so many different ways in LA, Southern California, Sacramento, traveling, doing it all over California, speaking about arts and at Capitol Hill and things like that, starting the Compton open mic and doing that for 2 years. And, I was just like, dang, I'm plateauing. What else would I do? I applied and auditioned to be the in-arena host for the Sparks. I made it to the top 3. Okay. And once again, she just could not pull it off. And I was just like, dang, if I couldn't do that, then it must not be here that I'm for, because I know that I'm very good at this and I love it too much for it not to be the thing. So I was like, all right, well, let me try to move out of the state, something I never thought of leaving Compton, or really. I was like, I'm going to buy here and, have a business here and all of that, which I'm still going to do. But I feel like for my dream, had to come to Vegas. 2020, January, pandemic. So I'm here, first month. I'm like, what is going on? Ended up having to go back home. Got an apartment here in like July of 2020. And I was like, I'm gonna stick it out. My first job here was with the Raiders. That's where I started. That's why I was like, I'm gonna figure out how somebody's gonna notice how amazing I am. And that's like as humble as I could say it, because if we don't believe it about ourselves, no one else will. I'm gonna be humble when I'm in these rooms, because I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know what I'm passionate about, and that's gonna come through regardless. I've tried to suppress it, and I can't. So yeah, I've worked with Raiders, and then I've always worked with nonprofits forever. So I got into that space, and that's where I'm still in. Career-wise, I'd love to be the director of philanthropy for a major artist or a major sports team. But my heart of heart and dream of dreams is to be an in-arena host for, honestly, any NBA or WNBA team. That would be like dream of dreams. But I love what I'm doing now. If it never goes any further than where I'm at now, I promise you I could really lay down happy for sure.
Yeah, sometimes timing is everything, as you know, with
Yeah.
these things. So, diligent, you doing your thing, and it's going to work out the way it needs to work out. But I kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit about just the in arena host and how that's evolved over time. I remember going to games as a little kid, growing up in Denver, and seeing the Nuggets games, and I remember some points in the game where, back then the Nuggets weren't always good, and there were some elements where there's the mascot doing this thing, but it was like the PA guy was like, "Hey, Denver, let's be loud here," and all that. But now there's a whole entertainment line, and obviously with EJ knows the corporate partners, they have their activations that happen within the game. So it is a whole nother ball game within the ball game, so to speak. So I guess managing all that in the growth of where in game sport has come. What's kind of your mindset in getting to the game? In pulling off this and executing all these hits and this timing and before the team comes out from a timeout. There's a lot of moving parts on that I'm sure that you have to coordinate. So talk a little bit about that for us.
What's good for me as an in-arena host is that most of the logistics are left up to the game presentation team. So like you talked about, there's a bunch of activations. Sponsorship will handle that. That's a whole team in itself. Game presentation will handle, all the logistics of like audio, visual, getting my cue cards to me. Me as an artist and as this entertainer, I take those cue cards 10 minutes before this game starts. I look at them and I'm on. It has to be in you, not on you. You know what I mean? Like no one taught me how to do this. I didn't go to that audition not knowing what to do. I went in knowing what to do. Then the first game, I think I might have even been by myself like the first 2 weeks, when I first started. But because I knew that I knew I studied. I knew that I knew what an in-arena host did and what their part was to play. Like an actor does, like method acting and figuring out how deep they have to go into that role. How deep did I have to go into being this, this voice of this game right now? I didn't have to go too deep though, because I just love the sport. I love the fact that people are there. It just comes natural. I'm gonna be honest. It just comes natural. The moving parts of it, just because I'm a professional, I've learned how that goes and what's, good, backstage etiquette and game presentation etiquette and not making anybody else's job harder than it needs to be. I think if people just even start there, this world will be a better place. Just let's not make anybody's job harder than it needs to be. Do your job and let everybody else do theirs, and we should be all right if everybody's in the right spot. But yeah, it's not hard to me. None of it has been hard to me. It has been the easiest, most comfortable, amazing experience ever.
And it seems like it's you get to share part of yourself, right? Like this persona of yourself, right? Because we have many, like we said, Jennifer and JayBee, but you get to chair the in-arena host part of JayBee, who's a performer and an actor and all that stuff. So that's dope. What are some of the toughest parts, right? Like, and is it easier with a partner or without, right? Because like I've been to some things and I know like, there's some games where it's a couple of in-game hosts and like the dynamic of you guys working together. So kind of give us some of those things that are like going into, especially when you get those few cards 10 minutes before and you're trying to figure it out. But share with us kind of how some of that role plays.
Okay. Yeah. Y'all got some questions. The hardest part about it is finding out what to wear. A lot of the part about being someone that's going to be looked at all the eyes on all the screens is that I tried, you don't have to always look at my face. Look at this awesome jacket I got on, these pants, these shoes. I'm going to give you some fashion somewhere up in this outfit.
So that was a whole separate question. So this
that's interesting.
This was an MH question because like MH is our fashion go-to right here for the show.
Sure.
Okay? And like the outfits that you be rocking, like, and I know there's some other arena hosts will be doing it, but like it is like put together like we doing Silver Nights. I got that. We G League and we purple in this. Watch this purple hat. No, this is velvet, right? Like so. Even with the glasses, right? Like we kind of talked about it before the show. And I'm probably spilling a little bit of the tea, but it's like
no, it's okay. It's okay.
That's part of it. So I mean, you kill it with the outfits. I just want
Thank you. Thank you. That's the hardest part, and that makes me so happy because a lot of what the persona is not just the words that are coming out, but who am I looking at? For my people that have disabilities and are not able to hear, and I can sign some things, but I definitely can't sign all that I'm saying. I want to give you something to look at, friends. I think that it's very important the way that you show up, not just in how you speak, but how you look. When you look good, you feel good, and you will do good. If I hate my outfit, it's going to come out, maybe not to the audience, but I know for me, attitude is on 0. Okay. I need the fit to be fly so that I can fly. I think that it's just important in everything that you do, not just, my work, but just in going to the grocery store sometimes and just looking like you care about yourself or for yourself, knowing that you care about yourself. Kanye used to say, I used to go to the grocery store I wouldn't go to the grocery store without some ones that's clean and a shirt with a team, He knew then, like I'm the freshest out here and I need y'all to know I'm a walking billboard for myself. I'm JayBee. There's no one else like me. So I have to present that way 95% of the time because it's just who I am. Again, it's not in me. I mean, it's not on me, it's in me, but I guess in the case of clothes, it is on me. But it's really important. That's the hardest part. And then about the co-hosts, every host, I don't care what they say, likes to host by themselves. It's just an easier dynamic. You don't have to worry about people's feelings or talking over them. Most people are professionals anyway. I work with some of the best in Las Vegas already, and I'm very, very grateful for that. They've taught me a lot. But I definitely think that hopefully I've taught them some things too. This girl from Compton can have some fun and everything doesn't have to be so scripted and like robotic, but I think that Las Vegas, it's Vegas. They put on a show and we definitely continue to do that. I'm able to continue to do that with some really awesome people, but I definitely think that we would all rather host alone,
No, it totally makes sense. And shout out to Bojo, episode 1.
For sure. Question about in-game things as well too. I'm sure there's different emotions from people that are on with you, whether it's they got to answer some questions to get a prize or whether it's, some people can be nervous, some people can maybe be belligerent. It's all a combination of a lot of that. Obviously you got to keep it together for the entire production. Right. I guess what back to your personality allows you to meet people where they're at in those moments, if that makes sense.
The contestants are the best part. They're the fans. They're the people that spent their money to come there and have a good time and leave behind whatever they were worried about at home. Spent their hard-earned money that, it's very hard to come by at this point, to have a good time for, 2.5 hours, number one. Number two, I take my job very seriously, but I don't really have like an ego about it. I don't think it's because I'm there to have a good time too. I think I come off as relatable to them. It's not like I think I'm the star. Again, I'm not the star. Those athletes that are down there, you guys really came to see them. I'm just the fun filler, you know. But because I love this so much, I'm gonna make sure that this game is a story. I'm telling the story all the way through. The contestants can be belligerent or, you know, nervous and stuff, but we have a little bit of time usually before that contestant goes up. So I always, you know, say hi and introduce myself, get their name. I'm really, really good with names. So if I've seen them before and I've gotten their name before and said hi, like saying their name again and then seeing that I remembered them, like that resonates. That makes them feel good. And I really, if I could, you know, remember all 5,152 seats of names in Lee's, you know, family forum, I would, because that's important to me. That's why we're there. You know, there were no fans in those seats. It would really be whack. I've done it many a time where there's no one there and I still have to do this. So I know if I can do it with no one there, I can do it with thousands there. And even one person standing in front of me that's about to win money or a car or, you know, or a sign, whatever, you know, they want that item and I want it for them. So they can feel that from me because I want it for them. I don't want them to lose. I want you to win. So it's fun. It's fun.
So definitely love the level of talent that's here. I don't know if you caught that, MH, but properly, because the arena that she's in just did go through a name change, and she gave you the full name of the new arena and the amount of seats that's in said arena.
Don't call me on the number of seats now. That could be wrong.
It's confidence. You said that's what. I don't care what anything else says. That's how many seats is in that goddamn arena.
I don't know, somewhere around there, give or take. Never been good with numbers.
I love it. I love it. MH, man, you ready to do these quick hits?
Yes, sir. So, JayBee, just quick, interesting, get to know you type of question. So, first time if ever you've been starstruck?
Oh, shoot. First time I've ever been starstruck. Gotta be Kendrick Lamar. I've met him like 3 times already now. And first time I was working at the Apple store and he would come in there all the time. I ain't gonna tell you where it is because I'm pretty sure he lives over there because he was there too often. Anyway, anyway, I saw him and I was like, oh my God, that's Kendrick Lamar right there. I'm going over there. I'm not afraid to approach him because for me, I'm the Compton Celebrity and you need to know who I am. I already know who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. So I'm like, well, this is exciting, but he needs to know me, you know? So I go over, and I'm like, Kendrick, my name is JayBee. I just want to tell you I'm from the city and like I need to take some type of video with you. I host, I do a lot of emceeing. I started the Compton Open Mic and I have to do a video with you. I'm at work right now, but I don't care. I will lose my job to do this. And he said, oh man, that's what's up. Like, maybe next time, okay. And I said, you know, I really would take that and like be cool and say bye, but I know that there's not going to be a next time. There may not be a next time. I have to do it now. And he said, okay, hold the phone down. And I held the phone. I said, okay, put that thing on record, held it down. I said, what's going down? Y'all, it's your girl JayBee. I'm here with Kenny, King, K Dot. Do it for the city. And he was like, what's up, Compton? JayBee, no question. And I have the video. It exists. I met him a couple more times after that. Still was starstruck, still was stumbling, bumbling, acting a fool. Because it's just like, wow, this is the city right here, you know? But I did it. So, and I didn't get fired. They was hating. But I shot
Shoot
that
your
shot.
shot moment number 2.
Part 2.
Heels
or sneakers?
Sneakers.
Which one are you doing?
Sneakers all day.
Give me your top 2. Give me your top 2 right now.
All right, dang, I wish I had them like sitting next to me right now. I usually have some. Oh, I'll show you one that I painted. Hold, please.
Hold, please.
Oh, shoot. Is it going to let me even pick it up? It's really heavy. Yeah. All right. So there's a dope place in Vegas called Vibes DIY. And I painted some shoes. I'm not the best. My twin sister is an amazing artist. Would be way better. But I love I don't like lows per se. There was a lot to paint. Anyway, Jordan 1s for sure, the originals. And I am loving I'm not going to say pandas because too many people got them.
Please don't.
I love when Nike does collaborations with other people. I think those usually are the dopest shoes. They did a mashup with Melody Asani. I got to meet her and interview her in the city of Compton before, and she has some really, really cool Jordan 1s that she did with like a watch on them in different colors. So definitely sneakers because they're a little bit more creative, as you can see.
I like it. Speaking of collabs, boy, I just got a collab, a Snoop and Skechers. Cold. By the way, and most comfortable shoe in the world. I'm telling you, cold. I was gonna get it if it wasn't too hard. Huh?
Did you get them?
Hell yeah, I got them. Clean and super comfortable.
I don't know about Skechers, but
I'll bring them out.
So this is from our what, episode 2, episode 1. We talking about them and you went and got them. That's what's up. All right, what else?
Are you like on a plane? Are you a window aisle person?
Oh, okay. Plane. I would love a window in a concert. I love an aisle. I'm getting up out of there and I want to dance in the I need my space. So yeah, plane. I'm a window. I want to see outside.
Okay. A book. Let me go this one. Your favorite holiday?
4th of July. I wish if I was to ever get married, that's the day I would get married on. I feel like the whole world's celebrating, just like in those games when I'm with those fans and everything is going bananas because we winning, 4th of July is just like the whole world is celebrating. I really like the holiday. I like how everybody's outside at night. That's not a thing, and just the sights and sounds of everything happening. I really like 4th of July.
All right, so 2-part question on this one. One, if you had, I know you're the Compton Celebrity, but if you had somebody that you was like, yeah, I need to borrow a couple things from their closet, who would that be? And then another person, public figure, doesn't have to be a celebrity, so to speak, that you like, hey, bro, or hey, sis, can I help you out on your fashion? Who 2 would those be? And I'm not hating on nobody, but as a fashionist, I just kind of want to know.
Oh man, I hope this don't get me in trouble further down the line.
It won't.
I'm so sorry.
It won't. Who need help? If they need help, they need help.
Look, I got in trouble one time for telling somebody on Twitter, and I don't even have a Twitter anymore. This was years ago, and they blocked me. It's a celebrity that's out right now, and I said I need to help you, and they got very upset. And yeah, I will not say who that is because that person is very problematic right now. Female problematic.
No, you gotta say that.
Anyways,
nah, stop being messy.
We here. Nah, you gotta say that.
Y'all want me to tell you?
Hell yeah.
Amanda Seals.
You don't have to say nothing. Go
ahead.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You're right. Here you go.
You're right.
Let's keep it moving.
I tried. All right.
Yeah, we good.
Best dress that I'm like, please give me something from the closet. Anything. Tiana Taylor, hands down. I think that my style is pretty. I can do the like glammed up girly, and so can she. But like, I'm most comfortable when I'm comfortable, and it's a little androgynous, but I think I pulled off both. And I think that she does like everything. She does no wrong. I love Tiana Taylor's style from head to toe, short, long, everything in between. Just such a fan. Who needs help? It's a couple of them that come to mind very quickly, but I'm not even going to do that to them. I will say this, though. I would love and think that it would be so fun to do like a wardrobe styling for WNBA teams when they come into or out of the locker room.
I like it.
I think that I definitely saw this somewhere. It wasn't me that said it, but that walk to the locker room is now the new red carpet. I think that it is. I think that style means so much, and these people are getting these brand deals, and we want to see them wear the stuff too. I wear Compton Celebrity because this is my brand. This is a registered trademark of JayBee, So I want to be able to do that for them. I think that the WNBA needs some help there because, women's style is just as important as the men's style. And league fits be on, and they deserve that too. But I guess I should say somebody because that was the question. Serena Williams, I'm here for you, boo. I am here for you. I know who can get everything right, even if it's not me. Let me just pick the people that put you together, because it could be better, is all I'm saying. It could be better.
What's
We good. We good.
let's let's move on. We're gonna
Thanks.
jump in.
Damn, we ain't gonna get Serena now. Thanks, JB.
Right.
Maybe season 6. We
Hey,
Nah.
it could be one shot taken, and she'll be like, "Oh my God, I love this," or she could hate it. I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
It's for the better, right? Like
Right, always, and she's from the city, so
and
they
it's
say.
feedback.
from the
Yeah,
city.
it's coming with
Feedback.
love.
There you go.
It's coming with
It's
love.
good feedback. She take
It's good
coaching.
feedback.
She
Yeah,
did.
she
I just
take
wanted to wear a
coaching.
Compton Celebrity shirt. That's it. That's
Yeah,
all.
There it
that's
is.
it. Yeah, that's coaching.
All right, so let's move on. Let's jump into the winner's circle, right? So it is the platform where we get to even talk about more how you shine. And I think you just pointed it out. So let's start with that, man. Compton Celebrity. Tell us where it started, and then I think what it means, right? Like, because you have a name on the shirt, right? And it's just not just the collection, that branding. Tell us what Compton Celebrity is.
Compton Celebrity is a lifestyle brand. The tagline or motto is "Everybody Somebody." I think I decided to make that the kind of motto of it, because I do believe that everybody's somebody. Again, going back to that whole just believe, that self-esteem. I think if we had more of that within ourselves and we thought we were somebody, we would act like it instead of acting crazy out here how we have been. And I say we as a human collective, right? I think that's literally just what it boils down to, is self-esteem. If we had, like Cat Williams said, esteem of ourself, we might be just a little bit better off. And I think that that's the root of it. So at the root of Compton Celebrity, it's everybody somebody. When you hear Compton, that's not what you think of, is somebody being a somebody. It's a bunch of nobodies in this city that don't care about it or themselves. I think that Compton Celebrity embodies the underrepresented, and it's bringing opulence to them. So that's what Compton Celebrity is, bringing opulence to the underrepresented.
Man, that's like a $10 word, huh? The opulence. Okay.
I was stuck on that.
I'm not about to play with y'all, okay? Y'all got big money, big jobs. Y'all read books, all right?
All right. So,
but that's what Compton Celebrity is. How it started, 2018. I got a trademark, so I knew that I would be somebody, and I'm from the city. And the way that other people might be able to feel that way about themselves as well, or the city could feel like that about itself as well, as if we name ourselves. A Compton Celebrity is somebody that is representing greatness. Oh, you a Compton Celebrity? Well, how? What do you do? And then that person gets to say what they do, and now someone knows a little bit more about the city that they didn't know before. So awesome. Walking billboard, man. That's what I want it to be.
And a platform for others to shine, repping your hood. That's beautiful. So one of the parts that also you mentioned is that it gives to nonprofits. So, you guys either raise money or do different things and give to nonprofits.
Yep.
Is there a certain nonprofits you give? Is it kids? Is it cancer? Is it homeless? Like, what is or is it like each kind of time you give, you look for a new project or a new nonprofit to be associated with? How does that work?
I do a little bit of everything, because I didn't know nonprofit things like I should have, like years ago. I did different things. So one year, Compton Celebrity, I ran 10 miles for 10 moms for Mother's Day. That's coming up. So I thought about it the other day too, like, dang, I really did that. I'm really big on like outdoor, like running, walking and stuff. It's really like helped me a lot, especially in Vegas. Even on 105 days, I'll be outside walking, because like it's therapeutic. Anyway, so I did 10 miles. Compton is 10 square miles, and I ran the entire city. The first time I practiced it, I did it with the mayor and some of my other homies. We just was like, hey, you guys want to go for a walk? Y'all want to do 10 miles? Cool. Practiced it, and then I did it for Mother's Day. So, and I was able to give Mother's Day baskets to 10 different moms in the city. I ran to some of their homes, not everybody's. Some of their homes, went to their door, I had a friend of mine record it. The recording came out great. I looked terrible, and I will never show that to the light of day, but it does exist, where I really ran the city of Compton, 10 miles for 10 moms, gave baskets with all like 10 different businesses that were in the city. They all contributed to something into the basket for these moms. And I put a t-shirt in there and, said something nice for them, gave them a card and a big old, basket for Mother's Day. A charity or nonprofit that I work with a lot for the last, what does that thing say? I have an award from them from like 2017. So at least since then, I've been the host of Children Striving Together's Gala. That is a nonprofit that helps youth thrive in the city of Compton. So they do like mentorship. My mother's on the board. One of my good friends, Richard, who's an amazing person and volunteer in Compton. Is their like volunteer coordinator. I've been working with them for years. So I will bring people that come to me and ask, hey, what's a good nonprofit to give money to? They'll come to me and ask me, and I will say, Children Striving Together. Or, Shoe Palace came to me one time and said, hey, I need 2 nonprofits in the city of Compton. I know you're really big there, but you don't have a nonprofit. So who else can we go to that we can give these shoes to, or we can give this Girls' Day to? And I, shouted some out. That's why I think I want to be that director of philanthropy, because I'm really good at like vetting who we should be giving this money to for real. You know what I mean? Who's really been doing the work, who's really out here. So there's a number of nonprofits that I work with, whether it be through hosting or just getting them some resources, or, man, I've gotten so many people jobs and money and things. And like, I really be like doing my stuff for the city still, even while I haven't been there for 4 years. And I just think it's awesome. I just think more people need to do it. So, and I even work for a nonprofit out here. It's just in me. It's not on me. So,
Never home.
those are some of the ones that I've worked with.
Never home, always repping.
Always repping. Sure. Always.
Yeah, there's certainly there's my fault, EJ. But there's an art to that. I want you to touch a little bit more on that. Sometimes connecting those nonprofits to some other organizations, because there's art there, and there's always missed lines of communication in that kind of area or that topic. So what's kind of your strategy in connecting those dots?
Honestly, it's the relationship. People say that, but I think that that's the way to really do it. These nonprofits are really helping people, real people that need whatever they have. That's why they're going there. It's in the Black community. It's so hard for them to go to like a grocery giveaway when groceries, we know, is $1,000 for a loaf of bread right now. But I work with like South LA Cafe. We've opened up about to be 6 cafes in South Central, and they've been doing a grocery giveaway. I was there from the first bag of beans that was dropped. Okay. They've been doing a grocery giveaway for like 300 weeks every Wednesday. You know what I mean? And like those types of, when I work with people like that and have that relationship with those owners, shout out to Joe and Celia Ward Wallace at South LA Cafe. They have been doing this for so little of time, but have impacted so many. And because I've been able to be in those spaces and give the food out with them and become a barista during the pandemic and get tips and understand what it's like to do all that stuff, because I was there, because I'm from a city that's, you got to get it from the mud. I have a different appreciation for what these nonprofits are really doing. So when a Shoe Palace or a Nike comes to me and asks, well, who should we go to? We don't know these people. Of course you don't, because you sit behind desks and computers all day and don't talk to each other. And, who wants to make the most money this week or whatever the thing is, these people really have things that they need. And I like to be that conduit because I know both lifestyles. I know the from the mud, and I know the, got it out, started from the bottom, now we're here, at least in my case. I'm very, open and honest about, just who I am and what I want out of life. And a lot of people, just because they don't know what those things are yet, it's hard for them. And I mean that on the people that get the resources part. Out here, I work for a nonprofit that is all about a disability resource network, people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Some of the most vulnerable in the world that nobody really thinks about, but I'm thinking about them. So the relationships, you got to actually talk to people and mean it. Don't just have that coffee because they can give you something. How can you work together and actually collaborate and make something better, so we don't have to have so many nonprofits because so much is going bad and we just don't have enough of anything anywhere. Being honest and real about that. Like, I don't know, it got real corporate in nonprofit somewhere in that sauce, and I just it's a fine line, and I just really, I don't want to be that so bad that I'd rather be with the people than the corporate part. I hope that makes sense.
It does.
Absolutely. All right, so still in the platform, we definitely got to talk about Straight Out of Chemo. All right,
yes.
The fight for love and life. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but your boy got his
That's a
copy,
real one right there.
Your boy,
That's
his
a real one right there.
Hey, don't talk about supporting your people. Just go do it. You know what I mean?
Just go do it, man. Jeez, thank you so much. Thank you so much for copping.
Y'all see that's autographed. So that's
be
not.
Jealous.
I'm gonna be jealous. I'm just, I'm gonna put my brag out there. But no, amazing stuff, right? Like telling. Well, this is what one thing we love about this platform, right? It's allowing people to tell their story, and like I think, one thing we didn't hit on that was touched upon, but this is really you telling your story about, being at a very young age in your 20s and being told those words, you have cancer, right? So tell us about the genesis of the book. What gave you the courage and why you wanted to write it.
23 years old, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. That was in 2013. In 2024, I really do not want my life to just be about that. So I think that's what fuels me and propels me to do the more to JayBee, because I just don't want to only be known for what I've been through, because that's not the only thing that I've been through, and probably not the only thing I'll ever go through. It's probably going to be more stuff. But when I was diagnosed, I was in not a happy place of life, and I probably would have never left that place were it not for me getting cancer. I say it in my TED Talk, celebrate your cancer. I literally am very grateful to God that happened to me, because number one, why not me? I mean, because why would it happen to anybody else? Why wouldn't it happen to me? I'm not exempt from any of the things that life brings you. And then, number two, like, I'm grateful for it, but it also taught me the love and life part, right? I was in love at the time with somebody for a very long time, thought that they would be, the one, and they turned out to be the wrongest one, okay? The weakest link. Goodbye, come on. Yeah, and goodbye, but I had to say goodbye to a lot of things during that time. I had to say goodbye to weight. I had to say goodbye to my hair. I had to say goodbye to a lot of my friends. I had to say goodbye to love, and I had to say goodbye to the life that I was living then. None of who I was then, other than this, like, in the hosting and the entertainer part of me, is like I am now, I should say. Cancer really taught me that I feel like I had really great, like, service, I would say, during, like, my chemo, but I definitely saw when other people were mistreated. So it taught me that, like, our health system is really, if you didn't know, you should know that our health system is really whack. Just in the people that are, went to school to serve others, and it just seems like they hate it now. I don't know. It taught me a lot about loving myself at whatever weight, look, or, hair or no hair that I had. And it taught me a lot that, we came into this world by ourselves, and we're probably going to leave by ourselves. I was in the hospital a lot by myself. Crazy enough, I didn't come into the world by myself. I have a twin, and I'm only 1 minute older. So kind of, no, I've always had someone with me, right? But in a time like that, thank God I was by myself in that. I would never want that to happen to her too. But yeah, you just learn that all you really got is you. So you better get you together before you can worry about anything else. And health is wealth. Health is wealth. If you don't have health, all that money you got ain't gonna mean nothing, because you can't even breathe to spend it. So cancer taught me a lot, and I'm grateful for it.
It's pretty interesting. I was listening to your boy from the Lakers, LeBron. He's on a thing with JJ Redick, and he was saying something about NBA season's over, and then you get back to whatever reality is. And I always think, when I hear the word reality, I'm like, people's realities are different, right? And I guess, due to life circumstances, they can change as well. So in those times, what reality was when you were sick or before you got sick, and where it is now, how much how different are those views for you, or what's consistent in that? What have you learned in those types of what reality is and what it's not?
Honestly, for me, reality is what I make it. Right? I was sick, but like I didn't let it kill me. Clearly, you know, like I saw what the circumstance was, but I didn't like let my environment kind of break me because of that. I saw where my environment was, you know, but I didn't let that like take me down just because somebody else said Compton is bad. Well, for me, it's not. So now what? You know, whose reality am I going to live in? Yours or my own that I'm literally living? So that is kind of, you know, shaped that for me. I read a lot of books. I wouldn't say a lot, but I read more than my friends. I read a lot of like personal development type books. And I think that helped me too. Just seeing other people's perspectives and knowing that my reality wasn't the only one. Because I think people get kind of woo-wopped on that. You know, they think their perspective is it, that's all, and that's all that could be. But I think learning perspective and seeing that just because it was like that for me doesn't mean it was like that for somebody else in many aspects of life really helped me to shape my reality too. Because now I know I can just choose what I want that to be. I could be sad that I had cancer and never do anything else and think something's bad's gonna happen to me every day, or I could choose to not do that. And I could live life to the fullest and try to reach out for my dreams and hope somebody will see me, know me, and, you know, collect Funko Pops of all of my favorite talk show hosts and hope to be one day. You know what I mean? Like, why not?
Well, you already got your own Funko Pop, so that's a dope.
I do. But
For
now I want other people to have them. Now I gotta be buying me.
So back to the book really quick. Shout out to Miss Mabel, love, and shout out to Miss Mabel for sure. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, get the book. You like that I'm plugging this shit. One last question on the book.
I'm loving you right now, and just, you know, shout out to Miss Mabel, man, for real.
Favorite, like you can choose either one, because like sometimes I don't want to, you know, put you on to say what's your favorite chapter, right? Because like, you know, this is so favorite chapter or hardest chapter or chapter that you really want people to focus on, like that I made, like, because I read it and I maybe need to go back and like, let me dig back into it and make sure I get them jewels in there. So any one of those, hardest, favorite, or just chapter that, you know, we want to make sure we follow up on.
I like the chapter autologous because I know that's not a word that people know. And I know when they see it, they probably struggle with it. And then they read about it and they learn.
That's chapter 9, by the way, because I couldn't pronounce that until today.
See?
So.
See what I'm talking? I already know my people. Okay.
Ask Google. What is 9, right? Autologous.
So chapter 9, autologous. Yeah. I know that I am teaching people something in that. And the fact that people are learning from me just makes me happy, especially something that I'm sure that they wouldn't have looked up themselves. My favorite that I would like people to kind of delve into, I do have the transcript of my TED Talk in there because I do feel like people watch videos even more now, but I think to read it and be able to watch it is really cool. I'm really proud of my TED Talk. And that I even got to do one, you know, man, that's nothing but God. And people from Compton. There you go. Thank you, friend. And then hardest, the entire book. It took me a very, very long time to write it. Even though it's very short. Again, I know my people. You know, I've had other friends that have done biographies and memoirs and things, and they've been super thick, and people have, I'm sure, that majority of their friends never finished it. I wanted people to finish it, feel like they accomplished something, they learned something. But the entire thing was very hard because I was not okay with letting people know so much about me. And from my perspective, because some people
that vulnerability
the vulnerability of it. I'm not a vulnerable person like that at all. I don't know if I come off like this to other people, but for me, I try to come off very strong, not so much the, you know, strong Black woman type of thing, but I am a Black woman and I do try to come off as strong. Number one, so that, you know, you don't think you can take me down, but also so I don't think you can take me down. It's just like my defense mechanism is me being confident. It's the weirdest, oddest thing. I don't even think I've ever said that out loud like that, but it is because Jennifer, again, is not a confident person at the end of the day. JayBee is. So it just helps.
Love it. So definitely go get the book. It's on Amazon. Really want you to, this is this part, we're wrapping it up here, where we like to call the assist, right? Like everything's sporting theme. So it's assist or dropping a coaching jewel. So this is where you can give a life philosophy or a quote that you really, adhere to, or just words to live by, or something you would tell your younger self, but something you want to share quick to the audience.
Quick to the audience. Let me reach for this real quick. Read this book. Read, number one, read my book, but also read this book. It's The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. He has a couple of them, but The 4 Agreements is probably one of the best books that I've read multiple times now.
I was just going to say that. Read it every year.
Yeah, you have to read it more. I mean, after you've done it once, you're going to be like, I'm going to need to read that again. Do the audio book. Do whatever you feel like you need to do to get this book into your life. Every single bookstore has it, if they even have any more. 4 things. Be impeccable with your word. Something I learned this year, not only impeccable with your word to others, but your word to yourself. And then don't punish yourself when you aren't impeccable with your word to yourself. You don't need to punish yourself. We need to stop doing that. Number 2, don't take anything personally. Nothing is about you. Everything is about that person. Okay? Number 3, don't make assumptions, because when you assume, you know what happens. You don't know what happened. Don't think about it in your mind. Don't make up stories. You don't know. Lastly, always do your best. If your best was 5% today and that's all you could do, you literally did your best, okay? And that's all you could do. And try again tomorrow if you're blessed enough to have it. 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything serious personally. Always do your best. And I always forget one. Don't make assumptions. Don't assume that you know everything, because you don't. That's what I would teach myself, and I would tell others. And have some self-esteem. Care about you. That's it.
There it is. No, that's absolutely money. I definitely co-sign, triple sign, rubber stamp, double stamp. That's a classic book that you definitely should read every year. Hell, every 6 months if you can.
Yeah.
And it's a short read too. Put that out there too for our folks.
I'm telling you, I know my people. I know them.
MH, man, this has been amazing, man. And I'm glad you did talk about the TED Talk. Definitely go do that. We'll put that in the show notes so it just gets more spin. To do a TED Talk, that's amazing. And you were on the Compton TED Talk, so continue to give me your flowers. But MH, man, final thoughts before we get out of here.
No, it's been great, JayBee. I really appreciate you hopping on. It's been an honor to walk with and run into you and work with you and learn from you. And it's even cool to see you on our platform and learn a little bit more about you through this conversation. So appreciate you. Big fan of yours. I know it's gonna continue to go upward for you. So whenever you hit that note on that stage, just let me get in the arena.
I'll let you know. I'll record it.
I got you.
Thank you. Likewise. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. So once again, JayBee, we really want to thank you. We've definitely been putting where they can follow you. We'll put that in the show notes as well, but we've had that kind of rolling across the screen. For those who are listening on your audio podcast, we'll put that in the show notes. But it's real easy, JayBee, everywhere you want to be. So we'll make sure we get that stuff out. But just want to, again, thank you for everything. We're glad the city has you. So we know you rep Compton, but you definitely do a damn great job repping Vegas as well. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Add more to JayBee. There's more to me than what you see, more to you than what you do. Thank you, guys.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. We drop a new episode every Thursday. And we're everywhere you listen to podcasts. So you can watch here on YouTube. So subscribe, hit that bell, or you can listen anywhere you find where you listen to podcasts, And no, visual representation matters. If you see it, you can be it. And like always, we say, please stay safe, practice gratitude, and know we're rooting for you.
Screaming, all us blacks got is sports and entertainment until we even.
Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Look. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent about 2 racks on handmade new rags. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class to rap.